Thank you very much. Well, I'm very happy that the theme of tonight's dinner is imagine, because I'm going to ask you to imagine your dinner, because I have a lot to say. I am honored and thrilled to be back in the Carolinas, to be in the company of such heroic people, and I am especially honored tonight to be here with Senator Kay Hagan. At the Human Rights Campaign, we were proud and honored to support Kay Hagan in her run for the Senate, not only because she was running against Elizabeth Dole, although that would have been reason enough, but because Kay Hagan embodies courage and fundamental fairness and a vision for this country that includes us. And I want to thank her cousin and our board member, Lee Carter, who actually introduced her as Senator Kay Hagan last year. So Lee, you clearly knew what you were talking about. So thank you for leading us and everyone else to our new United States Senator. And I hope you'll join me in thanking Nikki, Michael, and Tom, and the co-chairs and the volunteers who have created another spectacular evening. I also want to thank our incredibly generous corporate sponsors, our presenting sponsors, Bank of America and Wachovia, Replacements Limited, our friends, and of course Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams. And I want to especially thank my friend Mitchell Gold for the incredible commitment that he makes to our community through his work at Faith in America and through the beautiful book that he has written called Crisis, which I begrudgingly became a part of, although I'm actually thrilled to have done it. But I hope that you have read it, and if you have not, I think there's an opportunity for you to get the book here. But thank you, Mitchell, for all that you do for the community. Now, and quite frankly, to the rest of you, I'm actually glad that you seem to have escaped with your homosexuality intact this weekend. As you may know, Focus on the Family's Love One Out conference seems to have landed here. And so I also want you to join me in thanking the Charlotte Rainbow Action Network for Equality for the incredibly heroic work that they did. And another friend of mine and a real hero in our community is here tonight. Wayne Besson of Truth Wins Out is here tonight. He came down here and he brought some real reason and common sense response to this brand of snake oil salesmanship. He showed that no matter how hard you pray, you just can't pray us away. So 2 weeks ago, I got into a cab in Washington, and I said something that I have not said in almost a decade. I said, "Take me to the White House and step on it." I said it just like that, too. And I cannot tell you how happy that made me feel. I did wonder a little bit if the cab driver looked at me with a kind of a strange look. Maybe it was the way I said it. I wondered if maybe he hadn't gotten that memo that, shorter, relatively fit people would be asking to go to the White House now. We hadn't in quite some time. But I wish that you could have been with me, to be welcomed in the White House, to see people that you actually know and who actually like you, and then to take a seat in the East Room as the President of the United States signed the first bill of his administration, the Lilly Ledbetter Pay Equity Act. It was both thrilling and inspiring. Now, I was unaware of this until I saw, but he signs the bill with a number of pens so that the pioneering members of the women's movement and the women who led the fight in Congress could each have one. Sitting there, listening to this new president talk about his vision of equality for women in the workplace instilled two very important thoughts in me. The first, as I know you know, is that he is a deeply honorable man. He is a man who truly has the potential to transform this country and to take us to a place that we never thought possible, both as a nation and as a community. But it was not lost on me that the first bill that he chose to sign helped women. Because women, you see, don't just make up more than 50% of the electorate in this country. They are, as a constituency group, enormously powerful. Now, I know this firsthand because for more than a decade before coming to the Human Rights Campaign, I was one. I was not a woman, but I was a seemingly powerful head of a women's constituency organization. Now, why am I telling you this? Because I think, in fact, I know that we are going to look back on this time and on this administration 4 years from now and know that we made more progress for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender Americans than at any other time in our history. But, and there is a purposeful but here, it will not happen if we place all of our hopes and all of our aspirations in the hands of one man, no matter how decent or well-meaning he may be. No president or Congress is going to seize this moment of opportunity for us or without us. We need to be what we have the potential to be, an incredibly powerful and engaged constituency, and one to whom, at long last, they must feel accountable. Now, I can hear your collective exhaustion from there. I mean, didn't we just do all that work and do all that canvassing and take to the streets and put all these people in office who are going to pass those bills and make that change happen? Yes, we did. But that was the beginning of a long, hard journey. And unfortunately, there is more to do. But we've done this before. We did it during the AIDS epidemic, the advent of the AIDS epidemic, when nobody would do it for us, when we had to create our own healthcare institutions and our own AIDS service organizations. It never ended, and it is the hardest thing we have ever had to do. You know it right here in North Carolina. Equality North Carolina has gone to the mat time after time to keep that marriage ban off the ballot here, and they will keep doing it as long as they have to. That work never ends. And the same is true for the community center right here in Charlotte. They work year after year to keep those doors open. I told you the last time, give them all money. I'm going to tell you again, it's hard to come by, but support them as much as you can. Now, so yes, we have a new president and a new Congress who are going to do right by us, but trust me, we will have to do everything we can to push them hard and hold their feet to the fire every single day. We made our disappointment abundantly clear when President Obama asked Rick Warren to take part in the inaugural, but we also stood strongly with people like Eric Holder, who will be the most pro-LGBT Attorney General in history. So, what does that work look like in the year ahead? Because of your support, because you continue to stand with us, we will finally pass the inclusive Matthew Shepard hate crime bill. Now, you think that's going to be easy? The last time we took this fight on, our opponents launched a campaign in this part of the country telling religious leaders that they would be arrested for what they said from the pulpit if this bill passed. Well, we met them at every turn. We unleashed our ground troops. We answered their lies and distortions, and we won. And we are ready to take that fight on again, and this time, at the end of the line, will not be a veto threat from George Bush. President Obama will sign that bill proudly. And I hope that it will bring some peace and justice to my friend Elke Kennedy, who is here tonight, who we honored, and her son Sean, and the good work that they do at Sean's Last Wish. And then we will pass an employment non-discrimination bill that includes gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender Americans. Why? Because even though we did not start this journey where we wanted to, we have spent the last year educating and inspiring members of Congress that a bill that protects our entire community is ultimately the only one that can land on this president's desk. And thanks to you and your hard work and your commitment to us, that will happen this year as well. And we will continue to do the good work that we do here in North Carolina, whether it's through HRC's corporate project or our healthcare equality index that is now rating the work that hospitals are doing with their LGBT patients, or the heroic work of our Religion and Faith Project. We continue to look for settings where we can change the experience for our community and all of our transgender, bisexual, gay, and lesbian brothers and sisters here in North Carolina. So at the Human Rights Campaign, where there are more opportunities than ever before to advance equality for our community, we will keep working hard for all of you. And the next time I jump in a cab and head to the White House for a bill signing, that set of pens that the president gives away, women got the first set, deservedly so. But I have got my eyes on a full set of pens just for us. I am calling them presidential equality pins. They are the pins that will finally give the hope and the promise and the change to hardworking, loving Americans who just happen to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender Americans. Thanks to you, that day is coming very soon. Thank you all very much.